Hello, good evening, and welcome to our What is Coaching call. My name is Jen. I'm one of the coaches on the Sisterhood team, and we just want to welcome you to the call this evening. We're so happy that you came here to learn a little bit about this coaching opportunity and hopefully what it can mean for you. So we want to be really mindful of your time this evening. We're hoping to keep the call to 30 minutes. In the meantime, if you have any questions as we go throughout this call is meant to be an open book, an opportunity for you to learn all that you need to learn to make an informed decision about if this is for you. So don't hesitate to ask us any questions as we go through. You can pop them into the chat and we'll be sure to answer them as we go. So what is coaching? This is kind of the number one question we get, right? So coaching is really cool because we are all women who are on our own fitness and wellness journeys, and we are simply linking arms with other women to bring them along for the ride with us. Coaching does not mean that you are an expert in any way, shape, or form. We are not fitness experts. We are not nutritionists. We are not women who are even at our goal weight. We are women who just have found something incredible that has changed our lives, and we want to spread that word and we want to share that gift with those around us. Coaching also gives you an incredible opportunity to build a team and really create this incredible business. And have the opportunity to mentor other women as they build businesses as well. So the gift here is incredible. It's an opportunity that so many of us did not think it was for us in the beginning. So if you're feeling that way, bear with us, because our plan tonight is to share some stories with you of some of the other coaches on the team, where they started, where they've come, and what coaching has done for them. And hopefully along the way, it might answer some questions for you too. So I'm going to toss it over to Erin to share her story with us.
Thanks, Jen. Hey guys, my name's Erin. I've been coaching now 3 years, which seems absolutely crazy. Before I started coaching, I was a very busy working mom. I've got 2 kids. At the time, they were 4 and 6, both in ringette sports. My daughter plays ringette, my son plays hockey. And I was a manager at the Department of National Defense and Human Resources. I was that like busy, crazy working mom that literally was like, go, 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 go all day long, from like home with kids to work, then to the grocery store to pick up something to eat, and then home, and then to the rink, and then home back to get the kids to bed. And at the end of the night, like I literally crashed. I was so exhausted. I felt my life was like, go, 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 crash. I had no hobbies really. Like my hobbies were my kids. I feel like honestly looking back, the thing that gave me most joy was like online shopping for cute outfits for my kids. Like I didn't have anything for me. I was all in on my kids, having really great family holidays and family memories. And I worked and lived for them. I was exhausted. I felt totally unfulfilled, but didn't really even realize it because I was just so caught up in the busyness of life. My sisters were all doing this workout program, and I ultimately only did it with them because I really didn't want to be left out. And the workout program changed my life. Like, lo and behold, I started getting up a little bit earlier, which felt laughable because my son woke up in the 4s. Like I was like up so early with my kids as it was, but I just was craving time alone. And I ultimately like peeled back the layers of who I was and rediscovered myself through that program. Day after day, I just found myself having more confidence, literally just feeling like I was walking into the person I was meant to be. So coaching, I like to be honest, I'd watched coaches online for a long time. I just felt like I loved their energy. I loved their positivity. I just felt like they were almost like these people that I wanted to know. And I had met one on vacation. This is how I found out. I met one on vacation and she was amazing. I loved hanging out with her and her husband all week. And then I just stayed in touch with her on social media and I just like followed her life, and I loved her energy and her positivity. And while I was like totally into her and her life, you couldn't have paid me to do what she was doing. I was like, absolutely that's not for me. But ultimately I ended up falling on with these programs, and I convinced my sister to be a coach because I was like, you're so fun, you're so cool, you're so exciting, you're so extroverted, people love you, people would love to follow you, you are so inspiring, you should do it. And ultimately I'm that person that would rather tell somebody else to do something than admit that I actually really want to do it myself. I thought that I was too boring to do this. I thought that nobody would ever follow me. I thought that I wouldn't really inspire anybody with my story. I was like a boring working mom who lived in the suburbs. Like, I didn't know what I would have to share. So I really I was in denial about it for a long time, but I really ultimately felt so drawn to it. And I couldn't deny that I was thinking about it. I couldn't deny that it was like I was curious. So my sister started coaching, and I think probably about 4 months later, I finally confessed that I wanted to do it, and I jumped all in with her as well. And I'm not going to lie, that's been now 3 years this June. It's every single aspect of my life has changed because of coaching. There's not a single part of my life that hasn't changed. I feel like I have more confidence. I feel like I'm living like joyously. That's not even a word. I'm so much happier being surrounded by such positivity. I'll be honest, my groups of friends have really changed over the last few years as like I've grown to be like a totally different, more confident person. Our finances have changed. Like we've always been comfortable, but both my husband and I work great jobs, but coaching has been a third income that we didn't anticipate, that has absolutely allowed us to have like the cottage of our dreams and live the life that we never really thought feasible. It's helped me in my leadership role. It helps me at work. It helped me physically. Like, I'm literally in the best shape of my life at almost 40. It's helped me in every aspect of my life. And now looking back, I don't know why I was so scared. And I am every single day so grateful that it's given me something of my own, something for me, and something that I can actually have like real impact on other women. I could talk your ear off about this all night, but I'm going to share the stage and pass it over to Sarah.
Awesome. Thanks, Erin. So my name is Sarah. I've been coaching a little less than 2 years now. Just like everybody else, when I first joined this community, I joined as a client. I was kind of sort of doing these programs for a little less than 2 months when I was approached about joining the coaching opportunity as well. I honestly thought it was a joke. It was a hard no. I had this massive list of reasons as to why I didn't want to do this. I couldn't do it. I shouldn't do it. I felt like I had no time. I had no experience on social media. There was no pictures of me on my account. Like, just this long list of reasons as to why I couldn't do it. But at the end of the day, I was starting to feel better with these little changes that I was making. I wasn't all in on my journey. I was only about 6 weeks in, but these little changes were really starting to add up, and it kind of clicked. I wanted this to be something that could stick with me long term. And I knew from my track record that the only way I was going to be able to do that was with some extra accountability in my own journey. So ultimately, I said yes to coaching for selfish reasons. I just wanted to have success with my own physical transformation. It was probably the scariest decision of my life, but easily the best. And I'm going to share 3 reasons with you guys why tonight. The first one, like I said, was my own transformation. I was hoping to maybe lose 10 to 15 pounds when I started doing these programs. I was heading back to work after my second mat leave. I hadn't lost any of the baby weight. None of my clothes fit. Everything felt uncomfortable. So I thought it would kind of solve my problem if I could just lose that little bit of weight. I had no intentions of continuing past that point. Flash forward to like a year and a half later, I've lost a little over 60 pounds. I didn't even think this was possible for me after having 2 kids. And I know for a fact that there's no way I would have been able to do this if it wasn't for coaching. Because still to this day, there are many mornings where I drag my ass out of bed because I know people are waiting for me. They're watching, they're depending on me to show up. It is my job to show up every single day. And I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for coaching. So that truly has been like that extra benefit from coaching that I didn't think was possible for me, but truly what I've gained from it is probably better than what I've lost. I'm a more patient mom. I'm a more attentive wife. I'm just a happier person. Like what Erin said, every aspect of my life has improved in some way since I said yes to coaching. So it's been really cool. It's been really life-changing. The impact that it's had on the people in my life who I love the most is something I also didn't expect. My family, my friends, the girls that I teach with, so many people in my life have decided to make their health more of a priority simply because I was brave enough to share what I was doing and I invited them to join me. And I know so many of our coaches on our team would agree that it is the best feeling when you get a message, an inbox message, a phone call, a text message from one of these people, and they're thanking you. They're thanking you for giving them that nudge, asking them again, helping them get started again once they fall off the wagon. I say this all the time. I think that our impact as coaches is actually way bigger than we even realize. So that is something that is really magical and special about coaching. And then my third reason is something that I honestly didn't expect out of this, and it's the income potential. When I first started coaching, like I said, I was heading back to work after mat leave. I had 2 kids in daycare, like finances were tight. And I didn't want this new hobby. I thought it was gonna be something that was short term. I didn't want it to cost us anything. We didn't have money in the monthly budget for me to be spending money on products every month. So ultimately, my goal was to make enough money to pay for my products. Flash forward to today, and it has changed things for our family. My husband was off work a lot when everything shut down last March. It really helped relieve some financial stress. Now that he's back to work, it's allowing us to think about our family life and our future and things that we want to do a little bit different. This September, I'm able to go down to part-time teaching because of coaching. Like, if I was not coaching, this is something that wouldn't have been possible for our family for a really long time. And like I said, it was something that I really didn't expect. I thought only certain people could have success in this business. But what I've really learned is if you're consistent, if you show up, if you're just you, if you invite people to join you, you know, the opportunities really, really are endless. So that's been really cool to witness for my life and for my family as well. So I want to encourage you guys tonight, as you listen to this call, when you get off, to really ask yourself if any of those things resonate with you. Could your own journey benefit from some extra accountability? Would it make you happy, and would it make you feel proud to help the people in your life who you love the most? And could your household benefit from some kind of additional income, whether it's just additional income to pay for your kids' sports, or it's something that can grow into much bigger than that? And if you're saying yes to one of those things, all of those things, I really do, from the bottom of my heart, think that this would be a great fit for you too. So pass it to Courtney.
Thanks, Sarah. Hey, everybody. My name is Courtney. I am Erin's sister. I am the sister that she peer pressured into coaching. And it was literally a split-second decision. I am not the woman that watched Beachbody coaches for 4 years. I knew nothing about coaching except for what I had seen from my coach, Kim. I started 80-Day Obsession 3.5 years ago to lose weight. I always equated how skinny I was with how happy I was. And after motherhood, like so many people, I was having a hard time figuring out how to feel happy in my own skin. So I started 80-Day Obsession, and on day 26, I was standing in Erin's kitchen. I'd lost like 15 pounds. I was feeling really proud of myself, but I'm a huge yo-yo my whole life, not just my weight, so many different aspects. I've been someone that sabotages myself in so many different aspects, in school, in work, in nutrition, in so many different ways, in addiction. And when Erin said to me, like, you should coach, I really, in that moment, felt like it could be the key to some consistency in my life. Ultimately, I started coaching to follow through on this program, 80-Day Obsession, because I wanted to lose the weight so I could be happy, because that's how easy I thought it would be. Little did I know, guys, how crazy this journey would be. I'm 3.5 years into this, and I want to remind you, like, just as I'm listening to these ladies speak, like, you know, we're all 3 years almost. Sarah's a little bit under, but we've all been coaching a while, right? I want to remind you, that day when I decided to start to coach, I never thought someone would join my team. Like, I knew that I had people, and like they might do the workout programs with me. You know, I felt insecure to ask, even though I was a super confident person, but I still had that insecurity. But I want to let you know that nobody joined my team to coach for 6 months. And that like, I have to check myself. Erin might have joined a little bit earlier, but she wasn't really coaching. She was kind of lying to herself about it and like just trying to figure out what she was doing, right? But it took 6 months. And in those 6 months, what I did was show up every single day for my own self. The very first thing we say to coaches when they join us is your journey is your job, because nobody joins to like, I want to help people. Like, yes, like that is a beautiful byproduct of this job. The impact you can have in other women's lives is incredible, and it is so cool. But it's going to take you some time for you to really feel the fruits of those labors. The initial things, the really tangible things that are going to be incredible about coaching for you in the beginning is what it's going to do in your own life, how it's going to have you show up in your own life. For me, over the past 3.5 years, I've truly been freed from a lot of addictions that have held me down for 2 decades. We hosted a client call today about nutrition. I feel shifts in my life because I've been forced to continuously show up, to continuously put nutrition and fitness at the forefront of my focus, even when I stumble, even when I like dive off the deep end. I get back up because I know like this is my job. My journey is my job. Ultimately, if there are areas for improvement in your life, if you want health and fitness to be a focus in your life, and I was the anti, guys. I'd never been to a gym when I decided to coach. I was 20 days into an online fitness program. Like, I was no professional. It was laughable that I was doing this. And but it's not, it has nothing to do with that. Like Jen said at the beginning, we're not fitness professionals. You truly are a coach. Nowadays, when a woman joins me, I ask her what her goals are, and I'm going to hold her to that because that's what I said I would do. And if you decided to join as a coach, that's exactly what we're going to help you do. We're going to show you how to get women results. And over time, if you stick with this because you see what the potential of this business, then that's when people would join your team. And it will shock you. Even when my coach Kim was like coaching me into try to find people to do this with me, I was like, oh no, she would never. Oh no, I'm not asking her. She would never. Oh no, she would never. All those people have joined me. 2 of them are on this call. So it will surprise you, but it takes you first. It takes your leap of faith. It takes you changing your life and you seeing the fruits of those labors first in order to see the magic of this snowball. So that's a little bit from me. We are going to answer some frequently asked questions. I think I'm going to pass it back to Jen first.
Yeah, thanks so much, Court. All right, so the first question we get is, how much does it cost? So for coaching, there is a small monthly fee that you will pay. In the US, it's $15. In Canada, it's $19 a month. Now, that is going to give you a 25% discount off all of Beachbody's products and programs. It's also going to give you access to our customer service, which is incredible. You guys, we don't process credit cards. We don't take people's credit cards. We don't process exchanges. We don't do returns. We don't do any of that stuff. Customer service does it for us, and they are incredible. Like, I would not hesitate to pay the $19 a month to have the customer service that we have. It's amazing. So you don't have to worry about any of those logistics on your end. The only other cost that you will be spending is investing in your own products that you yourself are going to consume. So again, you're not going to be stockpiling products in your garage. You're not going to be buying products that you then have to sell off. You are just responsible for purchasing and being, like Courtney said, proof of the product. Your journey is your job. And part of that is consuming Shakeology or Energize, Recover, like the products that Beachbody has. So you are going to be doing that so that you can also be sharing. Something that we usually talk about too is the fact that we are not salespeople. We're not selling stuff here, we're sharing. And so part of that is also buying your own products each month and being able to be proof of that. The other question that we get is, how much can you make? So the nitty-gritty details is that you are going to earn a direct 25% commission off everything that you sell. So we earn income in 2 different ways. We earn it through our retail commission, which is the 25% commission off your own personal sales. And then you also earn through team bonuses. So like Courtney was saying, like as this business goes on and with time and with you building a team, that team and the work that they are doing as well is what's going to really continue to build and really create that residual income. And that's where the real magic is in this business. Sarah mentioned in her story about this being a hobby. We have everyone, we have such a range of people here who are in this for different financial gains, right? So if you choose for this to be a hobby for you, then it will be a hobby, and hobbies cost money. So you're probably not going to make that much money. You're welcome to be a coach. You're welcome to be a hobby coach with us. We have coaches that have all different ranges of goals. We also have coaches who are trying to earn 6 and 7 figures. And that's something that's possible for them with this opportunity as well. Depending on what you want to do with it and where you want to take it is where this opportunity can go. So yeah, I hope that helps to answer those questions. I think Courtney's next.
Yeah, so the next question is, but is this a pyramid scheme? And it's a legit question and fear that I think a lot of women have, that I think they think their family will have or their spouse will have. And so to just address it really plainly, a pyramid scheme is when you invest money in something and don't receive a product or service in return. So no, it's not a pyramid scheme. But guys, what it is network marketing, which is one of the most lucrative businesses and the fastest growing businesses, especially in the years 2020, 2021. So welcome to the future. You can now start a business for nothing. And when I say nothing, yeah, that $19.99 a month, like that's your startup fee. If you're already a member of Beachbody On Demand, there's literally no fee to get going, and you can make as much money as you want. So I think that it takes some time to get comfortable talking about why and how you're running an online business. And that's also something that we really talk about in the training. Finding confidence in what you're doing as a coach will only come with time. It's going to be uncomfortable for you to be starting a business online because you're not used to social selling, right? But again, if you follow your heart and follow the training, the goal is for you to show up authentically, like as authentically as you possibly can. And really, I've never seen somebody get like hated on for showing up just as they are, right? So the next one is, I don't want to put myself out there on social media. It's more of a fear, and it's the number one reason why people don't start this business, or why they hesitate to start this business, because they need to put themselves out there on social media. And all I can say is that, we talk a little bit in the training about having a mindset shift surrounding social media. I really see social as a business tool, a free platform to run a business. And ultimately, you got to stop thinking about what other people are saying or thinking, or what you think they're thinking. One of my favorite things to say is like, people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are, And so if you want to find time freedom, financial freedom, start a business, do something new, change your career path, feel a pivot in your life, focus on your health and wellness, is social media really the thing that's going to hold you back? So, make it a coin toss or make a pro and cons list, and the pros outweigh every single time for me. But it's definitely a hurdle that we talk about in the training and that you are not alone with. Passing it to Erin.
Yeah, so a question I get a lot is, how much time does it take? Because I have no time. And it's like, yeah, join the club. Like, I don't know a single friend of mine who is working, has kids, all the things nowadays, and has extra time to spare, right? I was the same. I had zero time for this. So what I ultimately did is I did a bit of a time audit, to be honest. I looked at my days from the moment I woke up until the minute I went to bed, and every hour on the hour, I wrote down what I do. And to be honest, if I was really honest with myself, I did have time throughout the day that I was like sitting watching TV, slothing on the couch, scrolling on my phone, like essentially doing nothing, just having like idle, wasted time. So I've since then used that time for coaching. And what I did in the very beginning is that once my kids went to bed at night at 8 o'clock, I would work an hour on my business. And when before I used to feel exhausted and crash at the end of the night, like complete exhaustion, now I would work on my business and I would connect with other women and I would help support them. And I loved it so much. I had so much energy from it that I wasn't exhausted at the end of the night. I looked forward to the end of the night. I looked forward to doing this. So depending on your goals, like Jen said, there are people who make millions of dollars doing this every year. There are people who are just kind of doing this for fun and it costs them money because they're buying products every month. The range depends. So depending on what your goals are and what you want out of this will depend how much time you put into it. But I ultimately would say if you can find an hour in a day or even like 3 20-minute blocks, if you can find that in your day, you can start this business and you can have really great success. Next question is, how do you get started? And ultimately, what we do every single month within the sisterhood and all of the coaches here together, we do a mentorship training together. That mentorship training group lasts for 3 weeks within the month. We do training calls together. We have some videos. Corporate has some videos, and we all come together in a chat pod so that if people have questions, we are all learning together. The really cool part about this business, guys, is it's always collaboration over competition. Everybody always comes together. It's not like the person at the top has all the secrets isn't sharing. If anything, every coach is sharing all their secrets. You can watch hours of training on YouTube. There is no doing this alone. Everybody helps everybody because ultimately, the better we all do, the better we all do. So we always say you're business for yourself, but not business by yourself. Like we really empower each other, support each other, teach each other, and share everything we've learned over the last 3 years that made us a success so that you can be successful in your business too. Back to Jen.
All right, so hopefully that helped to answer some of the questions that you had before you joined the call tonight. Hopefully you're leaving here with a little bit more clarity about what it is that we do here and if it might fit in for you. The one thing that I want to say, I can confidently say that those of us who spoke tonight, initially when we were introduced to this business opportunity, wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. We did not think at all that it was something that would be for us. It was something that we didn't think we needed. We didn't see the value in it. And I can also confidently say that it has now completely changed our lives and is something that we would never, ever go back and not do, if that makes sense. So it's really out of the box. And that's the thing, like Courtney said, welcome to 2021. This is the way of the future. However, currently right now, it might feel like it's outside of the box. So instead of thinking about all of the reasons why this can't work for you, why this is going to be too hard, or why there's all these excuses, I want to challenge you when we get off the call tonight to ask yourself instead, why could this be good for you? Why could you be good at this? And what could this do for you and your family and your future? Because this gift here is so freaking incredible. We could not be more excited to share this opportunity with you. And we hope that you give it some consideration. Please make sure that you get in touch with the coach who invited you, because if you're here for a reason and you're invited for a reason. Yeah, we hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining us, and don't hesitate to reach out for any questions that you may have. Take care.
Bye, guys.